had actually been working at the restaurant To Another World for a little while before I first got the opportunity to give it a try. I work early in the morning, before the restaurant even opens, until late at night, after the very last customer leaves. I always start my day the same way. I get washed up. Master says it's very important to maintain cleanliness in a place that serves food, which makes perfect sense to me. I gotta admit, though, I feel like using all that hot water and scented oil on me is kind of a waste. But we want to make the customers happy, so it must be done. I don't mean to make it sound bad or anything. Scrubbing my body like that leaves me feeling really fresh and really clean. In all honesty, I secretly look forward to it. After I'm dry, I put on these really soft underclothes. Next comes the restaurant's uniform. And then I get to eat a delicious breakfast. As soon as I'm finished with my meal, I do chores and help the master prepare the restaurant before the first customer shows up.
Yeah, that's not enough for today. Hey, Aletta, can you help me carry down some more ingredients, please?
Oh, yes, sir. Master and I go through these sliding silver doors in the kitchen that open and lead into a tiny room. He presses the second square flat thingy from the top, and then the whole room shakes. The doors open up again, but this time we're in the room where Master stores all the ingredients he uses in the restaurant. A whole bunch of different items are organized neatly and put in strange little clear bags and brown boxes that are like nothing I've ever seen. They sort of look like wood boxes, but they're much lighter and softer and don't give you splinters.
I should probably take this down myself. So if you could grab that box, I'd appreciate it. It might be a bit heavy for you, so be careful. Make sure you lift with your legs.
Okay.
Great. Well, we should be good to go on our prep for the day now.
Are those cobbler's tubers?
They are. I can't tell you why, but for some reason potatoes are the one thing that taste and look the same in both worlds. What?
Oh, no, it's nothing. They're just not my favorite. My memories of eating cobbler's tubers aren't exactly my best memories.
Wait. This can't be. Are you telling me you don't like potatoes?
No, it's not that I dislike them. I mean, I think all the dishes you make that use them are delicious. It's just that whenever I try cooking them, they never turn out very tasty at all.
I see. Well, if you're interested in learning, I don't mind showing you an easy way to cook them that'll make sure they're good.
What? You mean you'll teach me? Please, I would love that!
From what I understand, you don't steam food on your side.
Steam food?
That's right. And steaming potatoes isn't very difficult at all. Do you want to give it a try?
Oh, I do. I can't thank you enough, sir.
First, will you wash those for me? All you need to do is get the dirt off.
Yes, sir. I can do that. I can't help but wonder what this steaming stuff that Master said he was going to teach me is all about. But first things first, I have to do the job he pays me to do. Then I use the magical tool that produces clear water by just twisting a handle to wash the dirt off all the cobbler's tubers. That's when the diners began to arrive. The restaurant was open, and we were ready to work. Hello and welcome!
The usual, please. Minced meat cutlets.
Right. I'll have it out for you shortly.
By the way, have you found a job on the other side?
No. Well, at least not yet. The most I've found so far are odd jobs that last a day.
That's rough. It can't be too bad for you, though. I see you hard at work here every day of Saturn, so you must be managing to get by.
I am. Plus, I love it here. Hello and welcome!
I'll have the usual.
Right, the usual. That's a pork loin cutlet and a draft beer. It'll be out shortly.
Hey, don't forget about me. Make sure you put my order in first, okay?
Oh, sure. You'll be first.
Minced meat cutlet, you realize that shouting won't make your food come any faster?
Yes, I'm aware, thank you, pork loin cutlet. I was only reminding her because deep frying
Each
takes
of
a
the
while.
regulars who come in almost every day of Saturn has a preferred dish they like to order. In fact, they order their favorite dish so often that it winds up becoming their nickname. And, of course, they're all thoroughly convinced that their favorite thing to eat is most definitely the best meal the restaurant has to offer. Unfortunately, if the topic of which menu item tastes better happens to come up, it usually turns into a huge argument. And Master warned me that some days it can get really intense. Today happened to be one of those days.
Why keep trying to convince me? Clearly the shrimp cutlet sandwiches are the best.
Are you insane? What's clear is that you've never experienced the taste of bread and minced meat cutlets that have been soaked in sauce overnight.
An interesting theory, for sure. Sadly, it's all wrong and ill-informed. I weep for you and your ignorant stance on shrimp and tartar sauce, for it is the perfect combination of flavors. Even cold, this dish is divine.
Lovely story. But
Here's
minced
your
meat cutlet is
bread.
the tastiest sandwich here.
Madness!
What could those two be fighting so incredibly loudly about?
Well, from what I gather, food. They're arguing over which of the dishes makes a better sandwich.
Good grief. Is that even a topic worth having an argument about?
Indeed not. 'Tis nonsense. How am I supposed to eat in such an environment?
It's transcendent!
Hyperbole is the problem with you kingdom girls. This is what makes the best sandwich. Vegetable, fruity and red. Vegetable, leafy and green. When you look into the sandwich after you take a bite, you witness the colorful vegetables contrasting with the white meat of the shrimp. Even its appearance is a thing of beauty. Mincemeat cutlets are boring. They're boring brown on the inside and outside. A boring meal for a boring girl, huh?
Excuse me?
Hey, if you don't mind, could you please keep it down?
Shut up!
Come, try not to be upset with each other. There's no need for a quarrel here.
We all just want to enjoy our food, right? Yes, it's commonly accepted that conversation can spice up a meal. Taken too far, it can spoil the taste.
You're right. I apologize I went too far. I actually think shrimp cutlet sandwiches are pretty good.
Pretty good, huh? Right, sorry, I was in the wrong as well. Won't happen again. You know what they say, to each their own and all that.
This takes me back. We used to passionately argue over which dish was better too. But we were even louder.
Minced meat cutlet, the first would say. Minced meat cutlet is the tastiest cutlet. He and Croquette always found themselves in the worst squabbles over it. Yes, tastes are varied, true enough. Minced meat cutlet and the fried shrimp are both very good dishes. But I must say that pork loin cutlet sandwich, why, 'tis surely the best thing between two slices of bread.
He says that, but cutlets are best eaten while still hot. Teriyaki chicken makes the tastiest sandwich. It maintains a savory profile even when it's cold.
I believed you were a rice man. Now this? Can you even put that teriyaki chicken between slices of bread? I doubt it.
As if you're a sandwich man. You order nothing but beer and pork loin cutlets, and then more beer and more pork loin cutlets. Why are you bringing your pork loin cutlets to an argument about sandwiches anyway?
I shall tell you why. It's because I take home a pork loin cutlet sandwich at least once a month. No vegetables, only the cutlets, some mustard, and the sauce. Those three ingredients together between two slices of buttered bread are nothing less than delectable. And cold, well, that's an experience every person should have at least once in their life. The savoriness of the oil is real art. Meanwhile, the fine juices combine exquisitely with the sauce, all of which have been wrapped up in a bread that's as soft as an angel's bosom. The tang of the bit of mustard included gives it a nice kick, too. That is the very definition of a divine meal.
My turn. I only learned this recently, but teriyaki is great with bread. Thin slices of teriyaki chicken and fresh cucumber slathered in that sweet sauce take flavor to a brand new level. And adding uncooked orani along with a hint of mustard when you sandwich it between the bread is like a dream. Originality always wins. Interestingly enough, I hear that teriyaki sandwiches are extremely popular in this world.
My vote goes to pork cutlet sandwiches. That said, my pork cutlet rice bowls would be the best takeout if they were offered. Another bowl!
Oh, yes, of course. It'll be out soon. Master, we have an order for one pork cutlet rice bowl, please.
You got it.
A large omelet rice for here. 3 more omelet rice orders to go.
Hello there. Please just have a seat wherever, all right?
If we're talking sandwiches, I want to try spaghetti with meat sauce, but in a bun, please.
Agreed. I bet this restaurant's spaghetti with meat sauce would be delicious in one of those hot dog buns. After all, the tangy tomato in spaghetti with meat sauce can certainly hold its own against the taste of a good bread. It has a flavor like nothing else and would make a hearty filling.
Here, here.
Well, if I may intrude, I'd like to say something. The best sandwich here would be a fruit sandwich with cream. It's delicious, and it's just incomparable. The sweetness of soft cream and that of ripe fruit is so... well, it's different from any of the other things you've described so far. And when you combine them, it's enchanting. Maybe we could all calm down, please? I'm not sure where you get your information, but custard would have a better flavor. It would add a needed richness as well as intensify the sweetness. Custard also blends better with the taste of fruit and bread. On top of that, it won't cause the bread to get soggy. Oh, you truly think so? I eat mine as soon as I get home, so sogginess isn't really a concern for me. Maybe you'd eat yours faster if it was better?
Ridiculous.
And here we go again.
Thank you, it was delicious as usual.
Not a problem. Thank you for coming.
Oh, by the way, I was curious if you offered any rice for takeout by chance.
Huh. Yes, I actually do have something.
Really, you do?
How about grilled rice balls? I think I can offer you those as a takeaway option.
Grilled rice balls, huh? Perfect, I'll take that. None of the food in the town where I'm staying comes even close to satisfying me.
Yes, I understand. If you'll give me a few minutes, please. How should I season them? I'll start off with my usual combination of seaweed, soy sauce, mirin, and sesame seed sprinkled on top. One can be onion and miso. Then maybe I'll toss in some seaweed strips cooked in soy sauce.
Oh, enough! Try it and you'll understand. Hey! Yes, miss? A minced meat cutlet sandwich for the stubborn fool over there.
Then I would like to order a shrimp cutlet sandwich, but deliver it to that silly girl.
Yes, of course. A minced meat cutlet sandwich and a shrimp cutlet sandwich.
Excuse me, I'd like to try that teriyaki chicken sandwich nonsense.
Yes, sir.
I'll have the pork loin cutlet sandwich.
Yes, sir.
Although I'm still positive teriyaki sandwiches are better.
A spaghetti with meat sauce dog to go.
I'll have the same thing, please.
Minced meat cutlet, shrimp cutlet, teriyaki chicken, and pork loin sandwiches. Plus 2 spaghetti with meat sauce
A
dogs.
large omelet rice for here. 3 more omelet rice orders to go.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me, master? A large omelet rice for here and 3 more omelet rice orders to go. A rush on that would be great if you can.
Sure thing.
Since you're so insistent, why don't we compare both dishes as well? That should clear things up nicely, right? Agreed, yeah, let's do it. Excuse me, miss? We have an order too. We'll take 1 fruit sandwich with cream and another fruit sandwich with custard.
Pork cutlet rice bowl!
A large omelet rice. 3 more omelet rice orders to go.
Can I get another beer too, please?
And 2 more cups of seishu.
So that's mincemeat cutlet, shrimp cutlet, teriyaki chicken, and pork loin sandwiches, plus 2 spaghetti with meat sauce dogs to go, 1 plate each of fruit sandwiches with cream and with custard, a pork cutlet rice bowl, a beer, and 2 cups of seishu. Now, I put in a large omelet rice order and the 3 to go, so... Coming right up, everyone!
I'm sorry that it was a little later than usual today.
It's no matter. Farewell. Till next time.
Thank you! Have a great evening! Then, after I watched the final diner walk away carrying her huge pot of beef stew as if it weighed practically nothing...
Hey, Aletta, you hungry?
Yes. Master? What's that?
This is called a steamer basket. It's a tool I use for making steamed dishes. A strainer or a basket would work just as well, though.
that enough water? It looks like you need to put in more than what's there.
Nah, I know why you'd think that. But if there's a lot of water, it'll take more time to come to a boil. Keep in mind, steaming's not the same thing as boiling. If you heat water in a pot for a long time, it starts to steam, right? The steam transfers the heat and cooks the food. I had the opportunity to train with a chef who actually specialized in steamed dishes, dim sum in particular. I had to practice this technique as much as I practiced making fried rice. It does take a lot of skill to make perfect dumplings or steamed buns, but steaming potatoes is not at all difficult. I think anyone could learn to do it fairly quickly. All right, that should do it. A good way to tell if they're heated all the way through is by poking them with a skewer like this one. Want to try?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that definitely looks like it's cooked all the way through to me. Now, all you need to do is season it and dig in. You can use salt, cheese, miso, soy sauce, ketchup, mayonnaise. Normally I'd try and get you to put salted fish guts on it, but we're out. However, this is fundamental. Steamed potato with butter.
It smells so good.
Go on then. Try it already.
Oh, holy god of demons. Thank you for another wonderful meal and also for letting me work here. What magic is this? I had no idea cobbler's tubers would become this yummy just by steaming them. Hot, hot, hot. In place of words, my breath spills out in quick puffs. The freshly steamed cobbler's tuber is surprisingly hot. While the steam tries to escape, the vegetable crumbles apart in my mouth without me even having to chew it. At the same time, the butter on the top melts like the most delicious lava ever. It enhances the cobbler's tuber while helping it slide down my throat with ease. I don't know if it's because this cobbler's tuber was cooked with that strange steaming method, but the flavor is much stronger and better than an ordinary one, so much so that even I find it delicious. This is the first time I've had a cobbler's tuber that tasted so good. I've never really liked them before now. I can't stop, and before too long, the cobbler's tuber is gone.
Steamed potatoes are great on their own, and almost all seasonings work with them. That's probably the reason potatoes are so popular. Want another one?
Would I? Oh yes, please! The cobbler's tubers I ate just to survive were awful. I never would have thought, not in a million years, that they could turn into such a delicious dish. Needless to say, after that night, my favorite food wound up being cobbler's tubers, otherwise known as potatoes.